What's up? What's up? What's up? It is me, Sean K. How are you? Yeah. So I'm gonna do a quick recap of the FUNFLY. I've been doing these lately. They're cool, and I think people that don't know about some of these FUNFLYs that I attend need to know the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm gonna kind of keep it pretty much short this time because I'm on the road and I'm recording this on my phone, which is a no-no for me. But I've got a couple hours on the road, so I figure I would do it instead of waiting until I get home and forget stuff. First, let me say shouts out to Richard Spiegel and Mike Westbrook and Carrie. You guys are amazing. I'm sure there was other people there that helped you guys put this function on. But I have to say that I was very much welcomed. Felt like one of the brothers there the whole time. Didn't need or want for anything. Everyone was completely on good energy and great vibes the whole time. Uh, Westbrook said to me, he's like, if you can't come here and have fun, then you don't know how to have fun. And I absolutely had fun the whole time, nonstop. Like there was never a lull. Of course, sometimes you sit around and you talk to your friends. That's just part of being at a fun fly. But it was just one of those ones. I've actually replaced one of my to go fun flies with this one on the calendar. So if you are available next year to go to the Apache Pass Fun Fly, please, 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 please go. So here's the thing. One of their things is they do not charge a landing fee. Most clubs do, to take care of all the expenses and stuff like that. Understand these guys are paying for everything out of their own pockets. Right. You see, we go to fun flies and we forget, okay, the lights, the prizes, the sponsor stuff or the stuff that they do that's not sponsored as well. What I mean. So Westbrook built, I think, a couple charges or something that he didn't charge for. I mean, it was a raffle for it, but you know, trash bags, just miscellaneous stuff. I'm sure I could go down a list. When I pulled up, Richard was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Richard's a funny guy. He's just funny. And he was like sweating. It was hot out. There was a multitude of stains on his shirt. I can't even, I don't even know. I mean, different colors, different textures. I couldn't understand it. How one man could get the front of his shirt so dirty. I told him throughout the phone fly, I'm like, hey, Richard. He's like, what's up? I'm like, you got a spot on your shirt. That was an understatement. But he was busy. If he wasn't, going to pick up lights, going into town to get ice or waters, or he was dressing up in costumes, hugging and taking segways down the back end of the field. It was just nonstop. I also got bullied into doing the Houdini podcast. I was there. They just gave me a mic, so you know me. So check those guys out. I'm not sure when it's going to air, but if it does while the sale is going on the Heli Direct, hey, hit us up. We've got stuff on sale up to 50% off. So if you hear this by that time, cool. If not, then you missed it. But you shouldn't have. We put out so many flyers and, posts and comments and stuff about the sale. So if you missed it, I guess you were not alive or in another country somewhere with no internet. Yeah, back to the fun fly. You don't pay a landing fee. I flew in, so I had limited stuff. Usually when you travel to a fun fly, you've got your tent, generator, tables, chairs, all that stuff. They hooked me up, man. They made me feel like, hey, their table was my table. A couple times it said mi casa, su casa, and I felt like that the whole time. It was a great turnout. It was a awesome mix of people. There were women there, not that much, but there were women there, kids there. All my homies came. Shouts out to Diego Safi, who showed up with his crew. He had his own heli direct tent and banners and stuff like that. Renee Gautier or Gautier, I mess up his last name, but it's Renee. It's a French name. I want to say Gautier, but he's like, you don't have to do all that. Just calm down. Okay, okay. Sorry, Renee. So, so speaking of Renee, Renee had man, he brought out all the guns, all the big guns. He had all the scalers. I took some awesome pictures. Got some wonderful video. You guys will be seeing that pretty soon if you're plugged into our YouTube channel, our Facebook, and our Instagram. I'm sure you will see that. He is a master, man. Like he flew a couple times, and I swear, like it just looks so real the way he makes the turns and the approaches, and it's so awesome. Those big old blades, like and then you feel the wind from the blade washout. It's crazy, man. This is great, 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 great weekend. The FUNFLY, it's a 3-day event. Starts on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you can fly Sunday too. Most people, if they're traveling, probably would leave on Saturday night or Sunday, but you get that extra day in on that Thursday to come do your thing. What else? The flying. Okay, I don't know what Ben Stork has been taking. Maybe we can call him Popeye from now on. He was taking his spinach, man. This dude is on a whole nother fiery level. Um, and it wasn't just me. There were other people there at the FUNFLY, like, bro, why are you flying so angry? Like he was flying like he had a chip on his shoulder, like he was upset about something, like something in his life happened, but nothing happened. He was just turning it up a notch. I love that. Every time he flew, it was a show. People stopped. There was clapping. There was whistling. A couple times he had the tail sub-zero beneath the soil. Somehow he didn't crash. We played it back on video. We don't understand how he put a hotel beneath the ground and kept flying. He wondered himself. Yeah, so he did some epic flights. Jamie was there doing his thing. They were flying the RS4s. Amazing, which I've got mine dialed in. It's an amazing heli. If you didn't grab one with the sale, we've got some treats for you coming up soon from Goose Guy, so stay tuned. Uh, the FUNFLY was full of SABs, like literally, it was SABs. There was some Trons there, a couple XL Powers. Um, Bro, it was so many S2s, so many Goose Guy S2s. It was literally like the S2 Goose Guy FUNFLY. I don't know how it turned into that, but it seemed like every flight station uh, had an S2 flying. Like Alex Dean had one. Of course, Ben had one. Jamie had one. Richard had one. Mike had one. It was so many. Everyone had one. It's like that is the new go-to small heli. And you know how it is when you love those 700s, man, and you like the bigger helis. The last thing you think about is the S2. It's like, yeah, okay, it's just another one of those. But yeah, no, 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 no. Stop it, stop it. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Okay, you're wrong. It's an awesome flying heli for the size that it is. You can't blow the tail. I mean, you can if you just do something insane. But, most, small helicopters, the tails are an issue. They aren't. You just charge batteries, man, and you can, like, get better on this thing. Like, Alex Dean flies his all the time. He swears that he got better flying from flying the S2. Diego Arce in Canada has over 2,000 flights on his, and he's crashed it, I don't know, a billion times. And the cool thing about it is I've seen the S2 put in the ground like countless times this weekend, and most of the time you pick them up, straighten the blades, and take off again. So if you're not into the small helis, just try it. Trust me. I remember the first time I opened up the box, I was like, oh, this is a game changer, which it is. Another cool thing that happened too, I was dialing in my RS4. and I'm flying with Ben, and my tail game was too high, and he whips out his phone, and I had the Bluetooth module on the heli. No one's flying a goose sky near me, so mine popped up on the menu. He brings the tail gain down, and then boom, it's locked in perfect. You know, where can you do that, man? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's next level. So yeah, there's a bunch of RS4s there. Bob Watson came. Shouts out to him. KST, Team Goose Guy. He's down there with his whole crew. Everyone just showed up, man. It was awesome. Jamie with his flying on his Tron, crazy. He's locked in. He changed. He went from 700s to 715s. He upped up his head speed a little bit, got a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more low. It was just great. I got to flew more than I usually get to fly. So I had the dynamic out there, which is the star of the show. I have mine on 8S. Ben has his on 6S. And it seems like his is pulling a little harder, with the little, like 2 less cells. Maybe 7 might be better. Not sure, but I'm going to try it, man. I'm going to try 7. I'm going to try 6. But I really like 8. I was flying it very, very, very slow on a slow head speed, 1500. And it's just a pleasure to fly. It's so relaxing. If you're working on maneuvers and want to slow it down a bit, that's the heli to get. Also, too, my man Phil, I forgot his last name, but he is on, well, he's not on any team right now, but all he does is fly all SAB. So that's why I asked him when I saw him, like all of his kits were SAB. But he was thrown down as well. He flies with Ben at their local field, and he was putting on the show as well. Also, too, just a side note, he attributes flying his nitro to helping him get better quicker. Some of these tools, nitros, the S2s, like if you feel like you're stuck, with a certain maneuver or you're fighting with an orientation or whatever it is, try out a nitro. He's flying the raw nitro 700. Alex Dean is flying the S2. Just find something else. Some people, it clicks on simulators. Some people just go up, 200 feet higher, during their flight to practice those maneuvers. Let's see, what else? Yeah, we went to a steakhouse that was near the field. And this was like Saturday night. Pretty much, things were winding down. And Doug Darby was there and tried to bully me. He tried to bully me into paying for the whole table. Yeah, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. When you see him next time, you tell him shame on you for bullying Sean K like that. That was not necessary. We had a good time, though, man. I mean, there's just so much good stuff. If I missed you, I'm sorry, man. I met a lot of new people, shook a lot of hands, had a lot of good conversations, kicked back. Shouts out to Diego Staffy for my tail. Forgot to tell you this. This is very important. All right. If you know me and you've ever been to a FUNFLY with me at any given point in the last 2 years, I never enter auto contests. You're like, why? Well, I'll tell you why. For me, personally, my time is limited, and I do not want to sacrifice my heli for just a contest to see who can, auto the best or get the closest to a point or whatever like that. So I'm always like, Scott Graham at HeliX is like, trying to make me sign up. Everyone's like, do it. And I'm like, no, because if something happens, that's when the most carnage happens during auto contests or the sliding auto contest. So I decided, you know what? I have the dynamic here. That thing autos for like 18 years. Literally, I'm serious. If you're working on autos, the dynamic is the go-to kit, period, hands down. There's nothing that's going to auto better than that. I don't care what you say. I disagree. You're wrong. So I was like next to last or whatever. All right, well, let me say this. I would call Ben Storick a pro professional, which means this is what he does for a living. Okay. He flies, he eats by flying. So I honestly don't think he should have been in this contest, but that's just my humble opinion. You know, we're competing with mere mortals, and this dude is doing pirouetting figure eight walls of death with reversals in it. He should not be in the auto contest with normal people. Okay, I'm gonna say that. That's right. So with that disclaimer put out there, let me just tell the rest of the story. So I'm like next to last. So I get my dynamic. I shoot my first one. I think it was pretty good. I think my second one was my best one, which was like 5 inches or something. And at this point, I was number one. Yeah, number one. I beat everyone in front of me. I was number one. So the only thing with Ben is if he was going to do it, he had to do an inverted one. So if you don't know what an inverted auto is, you come down upside down, you flip over the last second, and then you land it on an auto. You have to be very careful with your collective pitch management. So the first one he does a crab walk where he gets there, but then like the dynamic is so light to where like if you land on the skids and then you turn, you can basically give it left, right, rudder and crab walk it up to the point. So the first one he did, he crab walked a little bit. He didn't mean to do it, but it just kind of happens instinctively. He came in for another one and hit it right on the nose, right? He beat me by like a half inch, like an inch or something, you know? So I feel like I won. I totally won that. So yeah, I won that, but he technically won, but I won. But he told me after that, he was like, man, I was so nervous. I thought you were going to win. I was like, aren't you nervous? Yeah. Yeah. So I might enter another one. Oh, so yeah. So in that, I bounced one of my autos or whatever, one of the ones that didn't count. And I got one of the gears on my tail rotor servo. So I noticed my tail acting kind of crazy next flight. So Diego Staffy had a expert servo he let me use. So I popped that on and got it flying again. Shouts out to him and the servo horns. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, yes, Carrie, thank you for letting me use your generator to charge. I had tables, chairs. There was ample cold water there. Yes, it was hot, but who cares? Yeah, I had a great time. It was a great vibe. There was no landing fee. Everything was taken care of. I'm telling you, put Apache Pass on your calendar for next year. We had about 66, 67 pilots or something, you know, come and sign up. Yeah, and my man Jason won the Goose Sky RS4 kit. Shouts out to him. Congratulations. And it was a great time. It was a great time. It was a great time. It was one of the better ones. It was a great turnout. It was just a great one. You just gotta go. You gotta go to experience it. I try to hit one FUNFLY that is west of the East Coast, and last year it was San Diego. This year it was Texas. So I'm so glad I went. I'm so glad the people were there. Everyone showed up. Heli Direct was repping hard. We had our tents and our flags and everything. And and I met what's his name? Braden. He flies for XL Power. Incredible pilot, awesome kid. I don't know how old he is, but he put one in. Well, he actually put two in, but he brought one up to sale and I don't know. He destroyed it, so it's not for sale anymore. But yeah, he put a V2 in, put a V1 in, and I don't know. Sometimes you have those fun flies where you just kind of crash everything, Sometimes you don't. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm coming back next year. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys. My name is Sean K of Heli Direct, and here is my FUNFLY recap.